The Phantom Guardian. The first barrage from the alien vessel tore through the UEF Sentinel's portside shields like they were made of tissue paper. Commander Maya Chen felt her ship lurch beneath her as emergency klaxons blared across the bridge. "Status report," she demanded, gripping her command chair as another impact rocked the vessel. "Shields at 23%, Lieutenant Kovic reported, his fingers flying across his console. Portside weapons array offline. Engines at 60% capacity." Maya clenched her jaw, staring at the tactical display. The alien vessel, if you could even call it that, resembled a massive crystalline shard, its surface fracturing light into impossible patterns. It had appeared seemingly from nowhere on the edge of Proxima Centauri, humanity's first and most vital extrasolar colony. "They're charging weapons again," Strategic Officer Devi Raman announced, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Impact in 5 seconds. Evasive maneuvers," Maya ordered. "Bring us about to heading 270. Deploy countermeasures." The Sentinel banked hard, engines straining as they pushed the combat cruiser through a desperate turn. Too slow. The alien weapon, a beam of coruscating energy that seemed to bend reality around it, grazed their starboard hull, leaving a molten gash in the reinforced titanium plating. "Hull breach on Deck 4, reported Chief Engineer Matteo from Engineering. "Emergency containment has sealed the affected section. 3 casualties reported." Maya slammed her fist against her armrest. This wasn't a battle, it was a slaughter. The Sentinel, pride of Earth's defense fleet, was one of humanity's most advanced warships, and this alien vessel was treating them like a child's toy. "Ma'am," Kovic said, his voice dropping to a whisper, "2 more vessels have just appeared. Same configuration." Maya felt her heart sink. One of these things had nearly destroyed them. 3 would finish the job in seconds. "Send an emergency burst transmission to Earth Command," she ordered. "Include all sensor data. They need to know what they're up against." "Transmission away," Raman confirmed. Maya took a deep breath. "Target the primary vessel's central node. Divert all remaining power to forward weapons. If we're going down, we'll give them something to remember us by." The bridge crew worked with grim determination, knowing the odds but refusing to yield. Humanity had survived wars, disasters, and its own self-destructive tendencies to reach the stars. They wouldn't surrender easily. "Weapons locked," Kovic reported. "Ready on your command. Fire everything we—" Maya's order was cut short as a new alert sounded. "Ma'am." Raman's eyes widened. "New contact. Bearing 1A5. The tactical display flickered as a 4th ship appeared, but this one was different. It was sleek, angular, and unmistakably human in design, despite being unlike any vessel in Earth's fleet. Its hull was midnight black, absorbing light rather than reflecting it, with blue energy pulses racing across its surface. Before Maya could process what was happening, the new arrival accelerated toward the alien vessels at impossible speed. It moved like nothing she had ever seen, weaving between enemy fire as if it knew exactly where each shot would land. "What the hell is that?" Kovic breathed. The black ship opened fire. Beams of concentrated blue-white energy lanced from its weapons, striking the first alien vessel with surgical precision. The crystalline structure cracked, then shattered into a million glittering fragments. The remaining alien vessels turned their attention to this new threat, their weapons charging. But the black ship was already moving, dancing between their attacks with impossible agility before returning fire. In less than 30 seconds, the second alien ship was reduced to drifting debris. The third attempted to retreat, its surface pulsing with strange energies, but the black ship gave chase and destroyed it before it could escape. And then, silence. Maya realized she had been holding her breath and exhaled slowly. "Hail that ship," she ordered. "All frequencies." Raman complied, but after several attempts, she shook her head. "No response, Commander. They're receiving our transmission, but they aren't answering." "Get me visual." Maya said, standing from her chair. The main screen flickered to show the mysterious vessel. Now that the battle was over, it hung motionless in space, its sleek design unlike anything in humanity's arsenal. It looked like a predator, powerful, dangerous, and utterly silent. No transponder signal, Kovic reported. No identification codes, but the design is definitely human-based, just far more advanced than anything we have. What about life signs? Maya asked. Kovic frowned at his console. That's strange. I'm not detecting any life signs aboard. No biological signatures at all. An automated vessel, Raman suggested. Nothing we have is that sophisticated, Maya countered. The combat algorithms that ship displayed, anticipating attacks, targeting with perfect precision, that's beyond our current AI capabilities. As they watched, a text message appeared on their communications display. Humanity under threat. Protection protocol engaged. Return to Earth immediately. They sent a text message. Kovic said, incredulous. Before anyone could respond, the black ship pivoted and accelerated away, disappearing into the darkness of space faster than their sensors could track. Where did it go? Maya demanded. Unknown, Commander, Raman replied. It's just gone. Maya stared at the empty space where the ship had been, then at the debris field of the alien vessels. What the hell just happened? 3 days later, the Sentinel limped into Earth orbit, its damaged hull bearing the scars of its encounter with the alien vessels, the Voidborn, as they were now being called by Earth Command. In the days since their near destruction and mysterious rescue, reports had flooded in from across the colonies. More Voidborn ships had appeared, and with them, the black vessel that had saved the Sentinel. Maya stood in Admiral Helena Wai's office at Earth Command headquarters, her uniform pressed, but her eyes heavy with fatigue. You're telling me this ship appears wherever the Voidborn attack, destroys them with ease, and then vanishes? Admiral Wai asked, her gaze intense. Yes, Mom, Maya confirmed. And always with the same message. Humanity under threat. Protection protocol engage. We've recorded 7 separate incidents across 5 systems. Admiral Wai tapped her fingers on her desk. And no one has any idea where it came from. No unusual launches from any of our shipyards. No experimental projects. None that anyone will admit to, Maya replied. I've checked with every division, every research station. Whatever that ship is, it's not on any official roster. The Admiral's terminal beeped, and she frowned at the incoming message. Another Voidborn sighting. Ta City colony this time. She looked up at Maya. I'm authorizing a special task force. Your mission is to find out what that ship is, where it came from, and who, or what, is controlling it. With respect, Admiral, shouldn't our priority be the Voidborn? We don't know what they want or why they're attacking us. The Voidborn have destroyed 3 outposts and damaged countless ships, but they haven't communicated once, Wai replied. This mystery ship, on the other hand, is clearly trying to help us. If we can understand it, maybe we can understand what we're facing. Maya nodded. So where do we start? With this. Wai handed her a data chip. Classify archives. In 2175, a research vessel called the Kronos disappeared during an experimental FTL jump. The project was scrapped and all records sealed, but the design specifications for the Kronos bear a striking resemblance to your Phantom ship. Maya examined the holographic schematics that appeared above Wai's desk. The similarity was undeniable. The same sleek hull, the same angular design, though less refined. The Kronos vanished 80 years ago, Maya said. How could it be the same ship? That's what you're going to find out, Commander, Wai replied. The Kronos was testing a theoretical form of FTL travel based on temporal displacement. If something went wrong. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. You think this ship is from the future? I think we need answers, Wai said firmly. And I think you're the only one who's had direct contact with this vessel, and lived to tell about it. You leave tomorrow. Maya was given command of the UEF Hermes, a swift reconnaissance vessel equipped with the latest sensor technology. Her mission: intercept the Phantom ship and discover its secrets. But finding something that could appear and disappear it will prove even more challenging than expected. For 2 weeks, they chased sensor ghosts and rumors, always arriving too late. Then, on the 17th day, they received an emergency transmission from Europa Station, a research outpost orbiting Jupiter's moon. Voidborne ships had appeared in the Jovian system, far closer to Earth than any previous incursion. Set course for Europa Station, maximum speed. Maya ordered. Alert all hands. This could be our chance. The Hermes tore through space, pushing its engines beyond safety limits. As they approached Europa, their sensors detected the energy signatures of Voidborne weapons fire. And something else. Commander, Raman reported from her new position at the Hermes tactical station. I'm detecting the Phantom ship. It's already engaged with 3 Voidborne vessels. Get us closer, Maya ordered. Prepare the quantum entanglement probe. We'll only get one shot at this. The Hermes approached the battle cautiously. The black ship was moving with the same impossible grace Maya remembered, evading enemy fire while striking with devastating precision. 2 Voidborne ships were already destroyed, their crystalline remains drifting in Jupiter's massive gravitational field. Probe ready, Kovic confirmed. Wait for my mark, Maya said, watching the battle unfold. We need to time this perfectly. The Phantom ship destroyed the final Voidborne vessel with a concentrated burst of energy, then paused as if catching its breath. Now, Maya commanded. The quantum entanglement probe launched, crossing the distance to the Phantom ship in seconds and attaching to its hull before it could react. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the Hermes computers lit up with incoming data. We're in, Kovic exclaimed. Accessing their systems now. The Phantom ship suddenly pivoted toward them, its weapons ports glowing with energy. They know we're here, Raman warned. They're targeting us. Open communications, Maya ordered. All frequencies, full broadcast. The tactical display showed the Phantom ship's weapons powering down, though it remained oriented toward them. We're receiving data, Kovic reported, his voice suddenly hushed. Commander, you need to see this. Maya moved to his station and stared at the screen. Ship logs, navigational data, crew manifests, all streaming in from the Phantom ship. And at the top of the crew list, a name that made her blood run cold. Captain Maya Chen, UEF Defender. That's impossible, she whispered. A message appeared on their communications display. Tempuoral paradox dtekte. Direct T co and tct nedvigisedgul. Coordinates nsmittd. Come alone. The Phantom ship, the Defender, accelerated away, once again vanishing from their sensors. But this time, it had left something behind. Coordinates for a location in deep space, far from any colony or known stellar body. What does it mean, Commander? Raman asked. Maya stared at the name on the screen. Her name. It means, she said slowly, we're about to find out who's really fighting this war. Echoes of tomorrow. The coordinates led the Hermes to an unremarkable region of space, far from any established trade routes or colonies. There was nothing here, no planets, no asteroids, just the empty void between stars. Are you sure these are the correct coordinates? Maya asked, staring at the emptiness on the view screen. Confirmed, Commander, Kovic replied. We're exactly where the Phantom ship wanted us to be. Maya frowned. Full sensor sweep. If there's anything out here, I want to know about it. For several minutes, the bridge was silent as the Hermes' advanced sensors probed the surrounding space. Then Raman straightened at her station. Commander, I'm detecting a quantum fluctuation directly ahead. It's subtle, but consistent. On screen, Maya ordered. The view screen magnified the area, but showed only empty space. Yet the sensor readings were clear. Something was there, hidden from visual detection. "Deploy quantum resonance probe," Maya said. "Let's see what we're dealing with." The probe launched, its specialized sensors designed to detect anomalies in the fabric of space-time. As it approached the fluctuation, the readings spiked, and suddenly the view screen flared with light. Where empty space had been moments before, a massive structure now hung against the backdrop of distant stars. It resembled a shipyard, but unlike any Maya had ever seen. Sleek docking berths extended from a central hub, and within them, partially constructed ships, exact replicas of the phantom vessel that had saved the Sentinel. "My God," Kovic whispered. "Receiving transmission," Raman reported, her voice tight with tension. The view screen shifted to show a woman in a captain's uniform. She was older, her face lined with experience and her hair streaked with gray. But the resemblance was unmistakable. Maya was looking at herself, 20, perhaps 30 years older. "Commander Chen," the older Maya said, her voice eerily familiar yet different. "I've been expecting you." Maya struggled to find her voice. "How is this possible?" "Time isn't as linear as we once believed," her older self replied. "Especially when the Voidborn are involved. They exist partially outside our normal space-time. It's how they appear without warning, how they travel without conventional FTL drives." "You're really me?" Maya asked, still unable to fully process what she was seeing. "I am you, 28 years from your future," the older Maya confirmed. "A future where the Voidborn nearly wiped out humanity. We discovered too late what they really were, interdimensional parasites that consumed the technological potential of entire civilizations. They targeted us because we were on the verge of a breakthrough that would have threatened them." "The Cronus Project," Maya said, remembering Admiral Wade's briefing. Her older self nodded. "Exactly. Temporal displacement technology. The ability to move through time as well as space. The Voidborn attacked to prevent us from developing it fully. In my timeline, they succeeded, mostly. But a small group of survivors managed to complete the research." "The Defender," Maya realized. "It's not just advanced technology, it's from the future." The Defender was the prototype, her older self confirmed. "With it, we've been changing the timeline, preventing the worst of the Voidborn attacks before they can devastate Earth and the colonies. But it's not enough. The Voidborn are adapting, finding new ways to attack. That's why I brought you here. This facility. A temporal shipyard, hidden in a pocket of folded space-time. We're building a fleet of temporal vessels, ships capable of fighting the Voidborn on their own terms. But we need help from your present to complete them." Maya's mind raced with implications. "If I help you change the past, my present, won't that erase your future? Erase you?" Her older self smiled sadly. "That's the hope, Commander. I've lived through the fall of Earth, watched colonies burn, lost everyone I ever cared about. If I can prevent that future from happening, my existence is a small price to pay." Before Maya could respond, alarms blared across both ships. "Voidborn signatures detected," Kovic reported. "Massive fleet, at least 30 vessels. They're converging on our position." "They found us," the older Maya said grimly. "They must have detected our temporal signature when we made contact." "How did they track us here?" Maya demanded. "You," her older self replied. "They've been hunting me for years, but they couldn't locate this facility. When you linked with the Defender, they must have followed your quantum trail." The view screen shifted to show a swarm of crystalline vessels approaching, their formation tight and purposeful. "They'll destroy everything," the older Maya continued. "The shipyard, the prototype fleet, humanity's last chance." "We'll fight," Maya said instinctively. "The Hermes isn't much, but—" "No," her older self's voice was firm. "The Hermes needs to return to Earth with the temporal displacement data. It's our only chance to change the timeline permanently." She paused. "The Defender and I will hold them off." Maya understood immediately. That's a suicide mission. It always was. The older Maya's expression softened. Everything I've done since Earth fell has been borrowed time. Now I'm giving that time back to you, to humanity. Before Maya could protest, her older self cut the transmission. The Defender detached from the shipyard, its engines flaring to life. She's moving to intercept the Voidborn fleet, Raman reported. She's transmitting data to us. Massive amounts, technical specifications, temporal displacement formulas, everything. Commander, Kovic said urgently, the shipyard is initiating some kind of protocol. Energy readings are off the charts. On the view screen, Maya watched as the shipyard began to fold in on itself, the partially completed ships disappearing one by one. She's sending the prototypes forward in time, Maya realized, scattering them across different points in the timeline where they'll be needed. The Defender accelerated toward the Voidborn fleet, weapons charging. It was one ship against 30, but it moved with purpose, not to win, but to buy time. We need to help her, Raman insisted. Maya clenched her fists, torn between the instinct to fight and the duty to ensure humanity's survival. No, she said finally. We have our orders. Set course for Earth, maximum speed. As the Herms turned away, Maya watched the battle unfold on the aft sensors. The Defender tore into the Voidborn fleet, destroying 3 ships in its initial assault. But the outcome was inevitable. One by one, the Defender's systems failed under the concentrated attack. Yet it fought on, each second buying more time for the Herms to escape. The last thing Maya saw before they jumped to FTL was the Defender, surrounded by Voidborn ships, initiating what appeared to be a self-destruct sequence. The explosion rippled through space-time itself, taking half the Voidborn fleet with it. 3 months later, Maya stood in Admiral Y's office again, but everything had changed. Earth's shipyards were now constructing vessels based on the temporal displacement technology recovered from the future. The Voidborn attacks had decreased dramatically since the destruction of their main fleet. The first prototype will be ready next month, Admiral Y informed her. The UEF Defender. She slid a datapad across her desk, with you as its captain, of course. Maya picked up the pad, studying the sleek design she knew so well. Do you think we've changed the timeline enough? She asked. Prevented that future from happening. That's the paradox of temporal warfare, Captain, Y replied. If we succeed completely, we'll never know we were in danger in the first place. She smiled. But I think we've given humanity a fighting chance. Maya nodded, remembering the determination in her older self's eyes as she had faced the Voidborn fleet. That future version of herself had sacrificed everything to change history. The Voidborn still exist, she said. They'll adapt, find new ways to attack. And we'll be ready, Y assured her. Thanks to you, both versions of you. As Maya left the Admiral's office, she gazed up at the sky, where Earth's new defense fleet was taking shape. Somewhere out there, across the vast expanse of space and time, echoes of the phantom ship still moved, guardians from a future that would now never come to pass. The Defender's legacy would live on, and this time, humanity would forge its own destiny.